السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا Muhammad وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. We'll begin today inshallah on page 15, and we'll cover inshallah from page 15 to page 17 inshallah ta'ala. On page 15 we will begin studying some of the terminologies that will be discussed in Ilm Sarf. These terminologies are extremely important for your first week to learn very well, and the reason is because the entire Ilm Sarf will be repeating these terminologies over and over and over again, and the sooner you memorize these terminologies and become accustomed to them and know exactly what they mean as soon as they're said, then you'll be able to fly through this and really pick up speed right away, inshallah ta'ala. So without any more introduction, let's just go into these terminologies. Now, some of them you already know, some of them you won't know, but please learn all of them very well and try your best to memorize them and know them. We'll have a test on this at the end of the week, inshallah ta'ala. The first terminology on page 15, the first term is fatha. It's a diacritical point denoting the sound of ah. We all know this, inshallah. Then you have dhamma, kasra, and you have sukun or jazm. Sukun or jazm. It's a diacritical mark that serves the purpose of joining two letters in pronunciation. So a sukun is a mark which does what? It joins two letters. Okay. Now you have a word, the next one, which is called maftuh. Maftuh. Maftuh, if you look closely, has the letters fataha inside of it. Fataha. And that comes from the word fatha, which is at the top. So, since fatha is a diacritical point denoting the sound ah, then that tells you that maftuh is a letter that has a fatha on it. Okay, and likewise, madmum is a letter that has a dhamma on it, and maksur is a letter that has a kasra on it. This is very important because we will say that the ayn kalima is maftuh. Maftuh. So you have to know right away, oh, maftuh means it has a fatha on it. So these three words go back to the fatha, dhamma, kasra. What is it? Maftuh, madmum, and maksur. Okay, let's go forward. Now you have sakin and majzoom. Sakin and majzoom come from the words that you see above, which is sukun and jazm. So just the way maftuh is a word that has a fatha, likewise sakin is a word that has a sukun, and a majzoom is a letter that has a jazm. So these are sakin and majzoom. Next, harakat. Fatha, dhamma, and kasra are all called what? Harakat. Harakat. That's what their name is. And mutaharrik is the letter that has a harakah. That's not there, but that's important. Mutaharrik. Right. Next one. Now, from this point on, we'll be talking about placement of words. Mutaharrik is at the top there. Placement of letters in words. So we're going to talk about fa kalima, ayn kalima, and lam kalima. If you take the word fataha, as you see on page 16, fataha. There's a fa, a ta, and a ha. The fa is first, the ta is second, and the ha is third. The placement of that fa, coincidentally, it's a fa, but it's in the fa kalima. Fa kalima, meaning that place first, coming in the root word, the first, that is called, the first letter is called the fa kalima. Now, the second letter, root letter of a word, is called the ayn kalima. Ayn kalima. And the third letter is called the lam kalima. So the way to remember this is to remember the word fa'il. Fa'il, fa'ala, fa'il is a verb. The fa kalima is the first one, the ayn kalima is the second one, and the lam kalima is the third one. So you have fa, ayn, and lam kalima. Fa, ayn, and lam kalima. That's the order of everything, okay? So keep that in mind now. So fa, ayn, and lam kalima. So take a word, for example, we have dharaba. Dharaba. The dhad is in the fa kalima. The ra is in the ayn kalima, and the ba is in the lam kalima. Understood? طيب. Now, the last two, صيغة and أبواب. صيغة is the word form that denotes the number, the gender, and the mode of the verb. Remember this. I will ask you, for example, what is the صيغة of ضرب? And that, what I'm asking you then, when I say what is the صيغة, I'm asking you for, number one, the number. Is it singular? Is it plural? Is it dual? And then I'm asking you for the gender. Is it masculine or feminine? And I'm asking you for the mode of the verb, meaning is it first person, second person, or third person, like that. Okay, so that's صيغة, and we're going to go into more details on that. But you have to know, when I say صيغة, I'm asking you for the word form, like what is the number, what is the gender, and what is the mode of the word. Remember those three things. صيغة is denoting three things: number, gender, and mode. And you're going to understand it more, but at least memorize that. When I ask for صيغة, what is صيغة? It is the number that the verb is indicating to. It is the gender that the verb indicates to, and it is the mode, the type of verb, meaning is it first person, is it second person, or is it third person. So you can have a fail. It would be ضرب would be واحد, one person, مذكر, masculine, غائب, third person. That would be ضرب. واحد مذكر غائب. But that's going to come later, so we don't need to know all of that in completion right now. You just need to know the term that's in the book, which is صيغة. Next, أبواب. أبواب is the word, is the plural of the word bab, which typically means door, but that's not what it means here. Abwab is the plural of bab, which refers to a category of verbs belonging to one class. So, now, what we're going to learn is that verbs in Arabic all fit into categories. And at the beginning, we're going to learn 6 major categories. And every word you're going to look in the dictionary, you're going to find that it goes into one of these categories. It goes into one of these categories. Now, those categories, they are the same because they all change in the same pattern. Okay? They all change. So there's a bab or a pattern called ضرب يضرب. ضرب يضرب. So now any word, when you open a dictionary, it will tell you it's in the bab or the pattern of ضرب. So any word that you look for and it comes up and it tells you that it's under the category of ضرب, then you'll automatically know how it changes. You'll get more practice of this, but what you have to understand and memorize is, what does the word bab or abwab refer to? It refers to a category of verbs belonging to one class. That's all you have to memorize. A category of verbs belonging to one class. And the example of that is, for example, the bab, which is called bab ضرب. Bab ضرب. Okay. All right, let's go forward, inshallah. Let's just do a little more, inshallah. There are types of words on page 17. We went over this in our first class. Let's just very briefly refresh this. You have kalima, which is a word. You have an ism, which is a noun. You have a fi'l, which is a verb. And you have harf, which is a particle, like on, in, at, things like that. So ism, fi'l, harf. Now, ilm sarf, we will discuss 2 things. We will discuss isms, and we will discuss fi'ls. That's what we'll discuss primarily, fi'ls, but we will learn about how isms change also. Okay? And last section, with regarding to meaning and tense, a verb is of 3 types: mazi, mudari, and amr. Mazi, mudari, and amr. Madi is past tense, indicates an occurrence of an action in the past. So, for example, ضرب. ضرب, by it being madi, it tells you right away it's a past tense verb. Okay. Now, mudari. Now, this is something you have to pay attention to. In English, we have a different verb for current, present, and future. We say it differently. I am running, I will run. We say it differently. However, when it comes to Arabic, the mudari stands for both present and future, both of them. The mudari stands for both present and future. The only way you will tell the difference is by context. The word will be the exact same word. Okay? So, mudari indicates an occurrence of an action in the present or future tense. It is referred to as the imperfect tense in English. And the last thing you have is amr, or command. And that is like saying run. If'al, do it. Idrib, hit. Like that, inshallah. So we have madi, mudari, and amr. These are regarding meaning and tense of verbs. So we'll stop there for today, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana, and alhamdulillah ya rabbil alameen.